Greetings, here's Lodrik, and this is a game War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is my play-by-email match against KilRoy. He's the commander of the Allied forces. For me, it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1 with no modifications, and we play the one-day turn setup. This is now the 25th January 1942 turn, and we will see if KilRoy is able with his Dutch Air Force to inflict more damage to my landing forces, but I think most of them already at the beach, so there's not too much to worry. This is still unloading north of Balikpapan. To attack Balikpapan, like Tarakan, is always risky. There's minefields, there's 120mm guns we saw. So Tarakan you must go directly in. There's not really other option. But Balikpapan you can always come from behind. So now the next invasion stuff arrives. I think I bring here some heavy units now, regiments. Because I was in the South Philippines already finished with most of my doing, and you can see this is a difference. Unloading with non-Navy Guard units in an enemy base, because this is still an enemy base. I suffer here higher losses. But to take Balikpapan quickly, because I really want to get rid of this potential submarine base and more important air base, I pay this blood price. No torpedo boat attack in the night. This is always maybe early on a threat. Okay, American submarine intercept, or whoever intercept each other. Good, but nothing really happens. But I know American submarines are at the east coast of Australia. And more of my cap fighters gets killed over Surabaya, so maybe I must sweep this base again. So many potential hits. The British are back and my Oscar's trying again. This time no escort fighters, so maybe this can be a little more successful. But looks not. No, we will see. I can barely cover my forces with long range cap. And this is really also not in inflict enough damage that I have to cover my TIE forces with long range cavalry. So some Warhawks trying to get rid of my cap over my landing zone in the west of Java, but looks like they fail. Not more many left. So I think now really the KilRoy's air force in Java is, at least the fighter force is very low in numbers. O7 is nothing more left. All British buffaloes are destroyed. Yeah, in Batavia still the one I damaged, I think 2 days ago. Maybe now. Coming from behind. And now is a kill. Finally. So this one is also. Okay. This is the Dutch bombers, for some reason they like to attack this one. I think this is my carrier, because I keep them at near Surabaya to attack enemy shippings, but they never do this, so I call them back to Singapore to refit them, because I lost some of my Navy search and scout bombers. So, and this last moment, Dutch Air Force attacked, or one attack. Of course, this will not work with so many cap fighters. So, yeah, at least some small victory for me in my carrier fleet. In defense operation, not in offensive. This is source of Hawaii. Nothing really happens. Wake. I still hope for some cargo ships, but maybe it's time to give up here. Again, 3 hits on my poor rowboat. Yeah. After I took Horn Island, I'd also take this last base, because this is, I think, one of the last possible bases for the Allies to attack Rabaul with long-range bombers, if we don't come from East Coast Australia directly. Good. Still some unloading. Pushing, attack again. Difficult. The terrain is always for the defender. So 1-1. I can at least reduce the fort level, but I have here at the end similar high casualties on my side. Still, I would say it's in favor for me in this situation. Bombardment here, still in recovery mode before I really want to take this base. I can at least hurt the Chinese, and they don't control me, so. And this is now here source of Changsha, cleaning up, catching this running away Chinese, but they're running away again, but with less equipment. And also here, east of Aisheng, still open terrain. Good terrain for my tanks to attack. But I think I have not enough. So this is maybe only the infantry attacking and not the tanks attacking, I'm not so sure. Anyway, it's light losses on my side, and the Chinese are already broken. But they don't try to run away. So this Super American Filipino division and one fight, one more day. But today they give me up and retreat. So nothing with Super America. Many broken units. So I take this base, ready to unload future heavy units. And this is a small base force. They don't want to give up, so I must hunt them down. They're trying to escape to the source. Not that they really can fight. So here's the same, north of Balikpapan, only Dutch base forces and some small equipment running away to Balikpapan. No match for my forces. Also light losses, only once I am on the beach, nothing can stop me more. And here's the same. Undefended, so I have to the port, and then I can unload in the future additional troops. But I have really nothing. So KilRoy still make defenses, but my division arrive, so I have now a full division in the regiment, so next turn I can attack and hopefully take Mobile. Because you can see there's not really anything holding the position. Good. And more. Oh yeah, here's also some small base, but I think here's nothing. Not even resources. But a potential base for a submarine or search aircraft. So I must take them all. Good, airfield Rabul is already 7. Not that I really need it after I took Port Moresby, but why not? Fine. So I think it's a good turn. Nothing really happens to hurt my forces. I lost 4 airframes. Mostly you can see here 3 torpedo bombers. These are all scout torpedo bombers. All killed by cap over. I think so by possible. And here's one more. So 4 of my torpedo bombers, I think these are all scout bombers. They all get killed over. So I really must get rid of these cap fighters. They're not many, but they are very successful in what they are doing. Still, kill more airframes, and I lost out of my 4 airframes, 1 is killed and 1 is wounded. So maybe really only 1 killed pilot. And the airframes I can reproduce. Fine. And ship sunk. I think there was nothing. Not on my side. Yeah, I think this is not really true, but I hear no sinking sound. A Dutch sub gets 3 hits, but this was not enough. Fine. So in China I had this battle here, even even casualties on both sides, but I don't know more how much in this Chinese forces left, and it's a question of time, and then I can also focus on Venture. Here still this here was a victory. The Chinese forces run to the source, so it's always cost me a lot of time to catch up. Here we had a battle. I wasn't able to really break the Chinese, but inflict more and more casualties on them. And in the north there was nothing. At the end this was okay. But more, you can see that many of these Chinese units are now in mountain terrain. So I can attack them, but it's I can better save supplies and put my bombers mostly on training now. I use this time to train my pilots. If I don't have really a good target, I better train. It's cheaper. And also I can get experience. So long my pilots can get experience out of training. Burma, nothing really happens. There are ships here, but I really don't want to attack. Still too many fighters, and these are maybe good fighters. And there are also not big ships here, so far I can see them. Taking this town, okay, there's not really much. Taking this base, and here this base. So these are all with resources, and luckily they're all not destroyed. I can take them over. They produce, well, I need normally one resource center for one heavy industry, or for two, yeah, roughly. Uh, or light industry. So uh, they're really not the most important stuff, but I like to have them if possible. More important, I think, is here the oil, and this I took with 99%. Very fine. Dutch was not able to destroy anything. Now I can march on Balikpapan and take it from behind. So I can ignore and bypass the minefields and the coastal battery fire. Losing really only one minesweeper for all of this would be fine. Taking these two bases is also okay. I'm not sure if he has any equipment. Oh yeah, he's also light industry, no damage. Resources, no damage. And some manpower. Yeah, manpower I have unlimited. And he is also refinery plus oil. No, nothing gets damaged. Oh, yeah. Here was no defense. But here are mines and here are submarines, so I was lucky to avoid all of this. Good. Anything else? And no, nothing here. Marshall Islands looks dry. I mean, no activity more here. Still many ships in wake. I don't know how long I can stay here with my submarine. I'm getting here some damage. Nothing critical, but it's slowly mounting up, and I'm also running low on torpedoes. I was hoping to have one more attack maybe, but maybe not. Good. Thank you all. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.